To Lambert Park and Leichhardt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Well, yes, a very good evening and a very warm welcome indeed to Lambert Park. Of course, from Lisarow to Leichhardt, this fixture was washed out not once but twice. The Central Coast Mariners tonight will be hoping that it's a case of third time's a charm. It's a fixture, of course, that promises so much intrigue and perhaps spectacle. In spite of the respective sides' spots on the ladder, both sides, of course, fighting for 3 points tonight for very different reasons. The result, perhaps not quite a foregone conclusion just yet. It was a much improved showing from the Central Coast Mariners on Sunday afternoon against Marconi, in spite of not coming away with the result. Whereas APIA had to pull the 3 points out of the fire here against Sutherland Sharks on Sunday evening. It is the deferred round 17 NPL New South Wales men's fixture. It is, well, technically, the Central Coast Mariners playing host to APIA Leichhardt. It's Pete Pryor with you on the call this evening to take you through all the action as it unfolds. An absolute pleasure to have your company wherever it is in the world you may be watching from this evening. Let's take you through how each side will start ahead of kickoff here at Lambert Park. Starting for tonight's hosts, the Central Coast Mariners in goal, of course. Number 40, Dylan Pereira-Cullen. The number 2, Michael Paragalli, will operate at right back. Number 3, Cher Deng. And number 4, Parker Williams, will be the centre halves. With number 42, Alex Guntunis, returning to the starting 11 this week in place of the injured Harry Medham at left back. Number 6 will be Jordan Small. Number 7, Arthur De Lima. Number 8 and captain, Lucas Shikluna. The 9, Nico Duarte. 12, Tay Headley. 37. Rounding out the starting 11, Bailey Brantman. For APIA Leichhardt this evening, a number of changes to the side which mounted a comeback for the ages against Sutherland on Sunday night. In goal, one of many former Mariners in this side, number 20, Alex Parks. The 2 is Saya Kamboashi. 14, Jack Armson. 15, Temba Mwatamalo. The 16, Sean Simmons. 17, of course, Jordan Segreto. The number 18, Adrian Yachino. 21, Michael Kuda. 22, Eddie Caspers. 23, Dakota Askew. And 19, Louis DeTroyer. The whistle blows. And away we go finally for round 17. It is the Mariners who get us underway in their traditional home kit of yellow and navy. It's De Lima looking to close this one down all the way back to Alex Parks. Tay Headley pressing effectively as well. It might just come across the face for De Lima, or it does. He is just about able to dig it out. APIA able to clear their lines before any real danger ensued. Here's Guntunis, able to skip around his opponent Detroyer very effectively. Segreto now. Uchino is bundled off it by De Lima, who had a couple of nibbles there. Kuda swings it wide. Movement in front from Kamboyashi, cut out by his opposite number 2, Paragalli. APIA happy to move it all the way back to Parks. I very nearly said Guzanis there. It is, of course, Alex Parks, though. It's taken off the toe of the 23 and worked into the area by Duarte. Now Headley arriving! Good save, but the follow-up is in. The Mariners lead inside a couple of minutes. Nico Duarte was first to the rebounds. And the Mariners go ahead inside 2 minutes here at Lambert Park. Proving to be a pretty sweet home away from home, it seems, so far. It was a sharp save from Parks, but it was hit, the initial shot, with such ferocity from Headley. It was too hot to handle. And Nico Duarte notches up another goal in another start. Scored in his last start, of course, as well in that 3-0 win against Spirits FC. And the Mariners are certainly looking lively. They've seemingly hijacked this venue. Back with Cherdeng now. All the way back to Praj Cullen. Praj Cullen in no mood to play out this time. Goes long, flicked around the corner initially by Armson. Armson, of course, their hero on Sunday against Sutherland. APIA, as we said, found themselves 2-0 down, 2 goals after the 45th minute, but still before the interval. Put Sutherland ahead, but it was the Jack Armson show in the second half. Brantman brings it down for Jordan Small. Paragalli is pressed by his opposite number 2 in Kambayashi to great effect. In fact, Kambayashi's won it here for APIA. The cross, though, is comfortably plucked out of the air by Praj Cullen. Rolls it to the feet of Cherdeng, who will swing it wide to this near touch line for De Lima. De Lima letting it run, the final touch off Uchino. De Lima couldn't bring it under his spell on that occasion, straight into touch on this near touch line. Under the pressure from Dakota Askew. Kuta will swing it wide again. Hung up towards Segreto, who's found a couple of yards of space. Segreto! Well, wouldn't he love a goal against the Mariners, of course. Did score the opener last time these two sides met. Absolute screamer that one was as well from Jordan Segreto. He did start the season like an absolute house on fire. 6 goals in the opening 8 rounds from Jordan Segreto, making up part of his total of 8 for the season. He wasn't far away from adding a 9th there. Uchino. De Lima with the press, forcing Uchino back to Kuta. Now Kambayashi able to turn and free his feet a little bit. Again, it's going to be the big raking crossfield ball towards Segreto. It's a good touch as well to bring it down to Askew. Linking up once again with Segreto, measuring the cross. It's a sliced clearance really from Parker Williams. He was under relatively little pressure. It's just spooned off the outside of his boot and behind for a corner. Segreto was perhaps just asking the question whether it was a corner or a throw, and it was definitely a corner. Segreto on set-piece duty on this near touch line. Out-swinging delivery, hung up, floated towards the back stick. The header, it's in, it's 1-1! Well, this has all the makings of a classic already. The Mariners defend seemingly all at sea, and it's the simplest of finishes. And not even 4 minutes after the Mariners took the lead here, APIA have drawn level. The header back across the face of goal, of course, it's Michael Kuta. King Kuta, as they call him. His second goal for the season. And wouldn't you know it, both goals have come against the Mariners as well. Here's Headley. Twisting and turning and fashioning a couple of yards of space for himself here, Headley. Didn't have the pass to match, though. Segreto wants it on this near touchline. He will receive it. Continues his run forward as well, looking to get in behind Gunturnis. So Gunturnis tracking back excellently turned around the corner there by Shikluna, and then Headley is just bundled off it by Eddie Caspers. We're short with Jordan Small. A wayward pass from Small, though, and APIA look to transition rapidly here with Askew. Has Louis Detroyer outside him. First time ball is relatively comfortably dealt with. Brantman now immediately double teams. He's done fairly well to retain it. Well, perhaps the commentator's curse striking. Detroyer, Segreto now for APIA. Yachino, the midfield metronome, just spraying it out to the far touchline. Kambayashi building nicely this from APIA. Askew. Saita from Askew. Comfortable enough for Pereij Cullen. Straight into the bread baskets of the Mariners gloveman. Nico Duarte now, again, harassed and harried. Able to dig it out and find a teammate, but only momentarily. Armson, now Segreto again. Cutting onto his favoured left foot, Segreto! I fancy it was probably heading towards the trees behind the goals. It's taken a wicked deflection on the way through. The spin on the ball has taken it all the way behind for a corner as well. Well, you can see in the opening 10 minutes already just how hungry Jordan Segreto is. It's been a fantastic debut season for him at APIA Leichhardt, and he'll take the set piece that he just won as well. Again, it's a floated delivery towards a similar sort of area where the first goal came from. Kambayashi will have to drop out and retrieve it though. Yachino. Kuda, the goal scorer. It's just off the heels of Kambayashi there. Fancy that's Simmons, who's gone through the back of Paragalli there, and the Mariners will have a free kick, the move breaking down. Parker Williams, now Guntunis. Into the channel it goes, towards Bailey Brantman, who couldn't quite reel it in. Yachino. All the way across the back it will go. Here's Segreto again. No options in front, but he looks to spray it out to the opposite touchline. It was a little ahead of Michael Kuda. He'll get there eventually. Now Segreto might have just found a pocket of space in the wide area. Brings it out of the sky and clips it round the corner very effectively to Eddie Caspers. Askew is a supporting cast. Now Detroyer slaloming inside. Segreto cuts it back across the face. The sliding challenge, a timely one from Parker Williams. There'll be another corner here for APIA. That's corner count mounting up. Of course, they scored from the first opportunity from the corner they had. Segreto again to take. It's a flatter delivery this time. The header straight behind, posing no real threat on Pereij Cullen's goal. Sean Simmons. He couldn't find the target there. Pereij Cullen wants to get things on the move quickly. Cherdang will carry it forward. Headley. Dinking one over the top for the onrushing Paragali. First time delivery towards Duarte. Duarte a little too forceful in the challenge there for referee Craig Fisher's liking. Segreto again wants it on this near touchline. He will receive it as well. De Lima dropping in to provide some defensive cover, but it's an excellent raking crossfield ball again from Segreto. Kambayashi now. One-on-one with Paragali. Tay Headley drops in to help. Simmons, Kambayashi might think about the shots. Lays it off instead for Detroyer. Mariners able to clear their lines and find Nico Duarte, but he's got 3 maroon shirts for company. And APIA on the charge forward again. It's Segreto surging into the area. It's bounced off the surface ever so awkwardly. Very awkward height and distance away from Jordan Segreto. Unable to reel it in. Brantman dropping deep and Guntunis. Well, we might get a touch on the ball here. Yes, indeed we do. A clearance from Alex Guntunis straight up into the commentary box. In our vantage position here at Lambert. Thanks very much for that, Alex. Back underway as APIA again look to fashion something. Kambayashi swings it wide, and again it's a desperate last-ditch lunging challenge. This time I think it's Lucas Shikluna. Might have been Parker Williams, actually, my apologies, but the end result is the same. It's another APIA corner, in-swinging delivery this time towards the near post. Again, skids off the turf. Sherdang just mistiming his header. The Mariners able to clear their lines, but living dangerously. Speaking of living dangerously, Eddie Caspers just able to dig that out, and here's Segreto. Inside it goes for Uchino. Plays a return ball to Segreto. It's just a heavy touch, though. It runs away from him. And the Mariners' defence seemingly at 6s and 7s here. Parker Williams playing the ball straight off the legs of his defensive partner in Cher Dang, and it's the umpteenth corner of the match for APIA. Wonder if Jordan Segreto is going to be getting some kilometres in the legs going from corner to corner, as this one is towards the top of the box this time. Kambayashi will retrieve it. Recycling through Caspers. Switches onto his right. Caspers dinks it over the top. Hooked clear in the end. Hacked off the byline there by Bailey Brantman. Askew linking up with Segreto. Parker Williams, good covering defence that time. Picks out Brantman, but Brantman can't turn away from the attention of Armson. Well, after the Mariners' bright start, it's certainly APIA who have all the momentum now, as again, Detroyer, this time looking to pick out Kambayashi. Praich Cullen has come a long way out of his goal there. It's always a bit of a physical mismatch there, though, between Praich Cullen and Kambayashi. The goalkeeper, Big Dill, as he's affectionately known by his teammates, had body position as well, so able to just shield that one over the touchline. Looking to show off his distribution here as well to Guntunis. Guntunis finding De Lima, the back heel to no one really, and it's easy for Askew to clean up, and APIA with another chance to launch a raid on the Mariners' goal here. Segreto might have just timed his run. He has indeed. Now he's got Guntunis isolated. Cuts across the face again. This time the Mariners able to keep it in the field of play, not turning it behind for a corner. Headley, he's let it run away from him. And they might just have another go here. Well, Saya Kambayashi You saw his eyes light up when he had that couple of yards of space there, and it's sat kindly for him. Looking for that top corner, but high, wide and handsome in the end. Chodang carrying it forward. Now Duarte looking for the overlapping run of Paragalli. He's found him as well. Still going is Paragalli. De Lima now. Paragalli, and wide it will go for Tay Headley. Looks to swing the cross in. There's half-hearted appeals for a handball there. Craig Fisher totally unmoved. But the Mariners will have a corner of their own now. But maybe just releases the pressure valve somewhat, as it had been attack after attack after attack after attack after attack from APIA. The Mariners now with a chance to mount a somewhat rare raid. Referee Craig Fisher is sorting out a couple of things in the area, as we so often see. Eventually, we will get back underway. It's a crowded 6-yard box as it goes in towards the near post, and behind for another Mariners corner. You can just hear some instructions there from Mariners goalkeeper Dylan Perage-Cullen as well, was just asking Guntunis to get a bit wider on in transition. Now, corners work short. It's, tell you what, it's not far away. Headley with the layoff. Well, the efforts at the end of it, just brushing the side netting from Brantman. De Lima has forced it into touch. Askew throwing to Segreto. It's a heavy touch from Segreto, and now Shikluna just dragged it wide of Parks' right hand upright in the end from Shikluna. That's his range. Couldn't find the target that time though. Caspers again looking to link up with Kambayashi. Again, it's Paragalli to it first, all the way back to Perage-Cullen. Looking to work their way out. Perage-Cullen. It's Louis Detroyer applying the press. Shikluna now for the Mariners. Armson coming forward to join Detroyer. Parker Williams eventually going long and central, but it's easy for Kuda to pick out of the night sky. Kambayashi continues his foray forwards. Caspers. Dakota Askew. It's taken off his toe, though, by Arthur De Lima. That's good work from the Mariners. Number 7 never gave it up, and he's continued his run forward. He'll receive it here from Duarte as well. Onto his right now. De Lima shifting back onto his left. De Lima, it's a wicked deflection, and I'll tell you what, Alex Parks certainly with a heart and mouth moment, if not just for a split second. I fancy he would have had the original shot from Arthur De Lima covered. The deflection could have taken it just about anywhere. Fortunately for Apia, it's taken it behind for a corner. Lucas Shikluna across to take this time. Outswinging delivery from Shikluna. Parks can't get there! But the Mariners can! Alex Parks coming off his line to claim it was a wicked delivery from Lucas Shikluna. And the Mariners restore their advantage here at Lambert. It's Nico Duarte again at the double. And he's certainly enjoying his evening in Leichhardt. just his third start of the season, if my notes are correct. And he's got now 3 goals in his last 2 starts. Segreto with the forwards impetus there. It's a good sliding challenge to dispossess Jack Armson. It's an awkward looking ball back to Segreto. He's able to keep it in the field of play, and it's worked out in a roundabout sort of way. Well, not for long. Here's Shikluna for the Mariners. It just closed down around him though. Uchino and Detroya, my apologies, and now Kambayashi. Kambayashi again, Armson, Uchino, Jordan Segreto onto his left, blocked. He might get another go at it here, Segreto. Well, he had 1, 2 and 3 Mariners players for company there, and eventually Bailey Brantman is able to play one into the channel. Alex Parks has come a long way to retrieve it. He got there first. Jordan Small picks it back up for the Mariners. Lucas Shikluna with his head on a swivel. Couldn't dig it out though. And APIA able to come away with it on the far touchline. Simmons. Well, it was into the channel. It was a bit too narrow for Kambayashi. Parej Cullen happy to invite Detroya forward before eventually getting us back underway. Cherdang, as he so often does, carrying it forward out of the heart of defence. I think even if the ball was a bit closer to him, Nico Duarte may have realised that he was perhaps offside there. Jordan Segreto now for APIA. It's taken off his toe again. Guntunis. They'll just look to reload and reset here, the Mariners, with Parker Williams. Guntunis. All the way back to Parej Cullen. Mariners happy just to play keep ball and settle into it. Settle into a bit of a rhythm as Shikluna now looks to carry it forwards. Kuda will pick it back up for APIA. Again, Nico Duarte making a real menace of himself up top. It's turned over reasonably cheaply. Here's De Lima. Couldn't pick out Duarte. De Lima will have it back, and now Brantman looking to link up with Duarte and Shikluna. Tay Headley's just slipped as he looked to come and pick up the ball, and Kambayashi emerges with it. He'll get the return pass as well here with a couple of yards to fashion something, perhaps Kambayashi. Driving into the area, cut back towards Segreto. Segreto leaves it. And again, APIA equalise inside just a couple of minutes. It's all down to the fantastic work from Saya Kambayashi, who drove forward, piercing the heart of the Mariners' defence. We've got a bit of a ding-dong affair on our hands now. Bring you confirmation on that goal scorer very shortly, but I fancy it was Sean Simmons who's levelled proceedings here for APIA. And what a battle we have on our hands here. As we said, two teams, I should say, fighting for the 3 points for very different reasons. APIA looking to keep touch with those ahead of them in Marconi and Rockdale. The Mariners looking to try and haul themselves out of the automatic relegation spots. Mariners again on a foray forward here, and the shot from Nico Duarte, well, Craig Fisher just waited to see if any advantage would accrue. It didn't. So he'll pull it back for the free kick at the end of it. We can confirm, of course, it was Sean Simmons who scored the equaliser for APIA just moments ago. But it's the Mariners now with a set-piece opportunity. 3 standing over it in Headley and Brantman, and I fancy that's Shikluna joining them. Perhaps something off the training ground, or perhaps Brantman might just go direct for goal. Or will it be Shikluna? Headley's walked away and left it. Will be Bailey Brantman, straight into the wall though. Shikluna now. Gunsunas. Gunsunas now driving forwards. Nico Duarte was looking to link up and complete the triangle there with Bailey Brantman, but really fizzed it just a little too far ahead of Brantman there. Now APIA. It was in transition where they scored their second equaliser just moments ago. This time they look to just settle it down a little bit more. Segreto now coming forwards. Blocked off by De Lima. Guatemala across the back to Kuda, who scored the first equaliser. Linking up with Simmons, who scored the second equaliser. Blocked off by Headley, who sets up the first Mariners goal. Everyone getting in on the act tonight. Brantman. Paragalli immediately pressed. The Mariners players thought the final touch was off the legs of their opponents, but they've given away the throw in any case. Meanwhile, Headley will win it straight back for the Mariners. They can't hold on to it though, and here's Segreto. Cuts inside of Gunsunas, and it's a good-looking slide rule ball as well for Armson, who slides in now askew. Still Dakota askew. Good save from Pereira Cullen. They'll get the chance to recycle here with Yachino. The Mariners are under immense pressure. They're still looking to try and play their way out. Eventually Parker Williams opting to go long. Guatemala just settling it down now with Kuda. Kuda again. Kambayashi. Well, Kuda just ran out of real estate on that far touch line. Parker Williams, now Gunsunas. Yachino is touch tight here on Bailey Brantman. Not offering an opportunity to turn, but Brantman's still able to do so somehow. Linking up with De Lima and now Tay Headley. It looks like Duarte could be offside here. He is indeed. Just went a fraction of a second early, did Nico Duarte. Linesman on that far touch line. Straight in line with the defence, and flag went straight up, of course. It was building nicely, that from the Mariners, though. They've been better, more clinical so far this evening, but Segreto now with an opportunity to dance around and create some mayhem. Askew. Shot is blocked off. Guntunis will rather hack it clear. Moatamalo. Michael Kuda now. Simmons measuring the cross. It's a wicked delivery. It's going to come straight back in at them. There's an APIA player dropping back in from an offside position. Segreto chesting it down. Everything closed in around them though, and now Brantman emerges with it. Guntunis. Closed down around him very quickly as well by Armson. Jordan Small, he's sold out his centre half there in Cher Deng. Mariners survive just about. Kuda stepping forward from the heart of defence to pick it back up though. And here comes Kambayashi. Moves the ball so well too, APIA Leichhardt, as Askew looks to stretch the pitch on that far touchline, perhaps just stretching it a little bit too much. Well, if you are just joining us on this Wednesday evening, midweek football here at Lambert Park, of course. Technically a Mariners home game. The Mariners playing host to APIA Leichhardt. You'll see, of course, it is 2 apiece at the moment as Brantman with the big up and under. 2 goals to the Mariners, to Nico Duarte. They've given up their lead twice, though. Michael Kuda first getting the equaliser, and Sean Simmons getting the second equaliser for APIA. Uchino. Here is Simmons. Kambayashi. Couldn't find Caspers. Uchino will rise to nod it down to Armson. Askew's got a bit of space to perhaps fashion something here. Looking to link up with Detroyer. Comfortably dealt with in the end by Alex Guntunis, who's in at left back today in place of Harry Menem. Menem picking up a knock during the week. Well, after that 1-0 defeat at the hands of Marconi. And Alex Guntunis himself just back from the Thai under-20s national team training camp. Askew. Reload here with Kuda. Maybe thinking about the shot there, Kuda. Armson will win it back from Brantman. There's a couple of afters there as well between Armson and Brantman. Brantman will see the yellow card brandished his way, and the free kick going the way of APIA. No love lost between those two. APIA once again on with it. Referee Craig Fisher is busy taking down Brantman's details into his notebook. So they'll get a second go at the restart here. It was a set piece that saw the Mariners come undone for the first equaliser. What's the delivery like from Segreto here? It's a bit flatter this time. Bailey Brantman just nodding it wide. They'll get a chance to reload. Here will APIA, if only momentarily. Cher Deng across covering. Sprayed wide again to Askew, and now Segreto. Askew just dancing around Arthur De Lima. And now Segreto shifting onto his left and going through the gears. Will it be Segreto? Oh, it's not far away. It's taken 2 or 3 touches on the way through. Pereira Cullen seemed confident enough that he had his angles correct, but I'll tell you what, it could have ended up just about anywhere once again. Not for the first time tonight. And not for the first time tonight, Jordan Segreto will have a corner. It's clipped in towards the near post this time. Uchino. Segreto. Clipped forward towards Simmons and Askew. Thought it had been left short, but Askew able to pick it back up and float in the cross. Kuda! Well, it's perhaps ambitious from the centre half. He is on the score sheet already, don't forget. That's effort, perhaps a sign of the confidence of Michael Kuda at the moment. Doesn't mind a goal against the Mariners, as we said, scored as well last time these two sides met. Guntunis now. Just a bit of a heavy touch from Guntunis. He was under pressure from Armson. You can see the frustration of Alex Guntunis there. Essentially just gifting possession back as Uchino looking to find Simmons. Clipped in behind in the direction of Caspers. Cherdang alert to it. Outstretched leg able to reel it in. And now Shikluna. Well, the ball forward from Shikluna. Nowhere near a teammate. I fancy maybe just trying to release some of the pressure that the Mariners found themselves under. Askew's got acres of space on this near touchline if they can find him. It does come in that direction. De Lima coming across to shut down that avenue. Little triangles forming for APIA. As we said, they do move the ball so well. Kuda. Looking to fizz that one into the channel. Uchino. Jack Armson. Taken off his toe by De Lima again. And now Brantman with a chance to go through the gears. Just not quite on the same wavelength, though, as Nico Duarte. He was expecting that run in behind from Duarte. Duarte just hesitated as he didn't want to get caught offside there. Well, he may have been caught offside anyway because the flag was up. Well, no, in fact, my apologies. The flag was up because the ball's gone out for a throw-in. Parker Williams. He's turned it over, though, Parker Williams. And Pereira Cullen again forced to slide out to get there ahead of Segreto. That was nearly a gift for Segreto, but it's gone over the top instead for Bailey Brantman. Takes a touch and fires wide. The goal at his mercy. And you perhaps won't see a better chance than that all game. Just about everyone here at Lambert Park was expecting to see the net bulge. But it's just rolled off the shin of Bailey Brantman and harmlessly wide. And now APIA with a chance to hurt the Mariners through Caspers. Effectively marshalled by Cherdang. It's another APIA Leichhardt corner. End-to-end action. Jordan Segreto so nearly getting there ahead of Pereira Cullen from the resulting counter-attack. Bailey Brantman with a chance to put the Mariners ahead for the third time. It wasn't to be. No danger of this one just fizzling out. Hung up in the air for an age towards the back stick. It's Cherdang who gets there first. It's Michael Cooter who was lurking with dangerous intent. Armson now. All the way back with Cooter. Head up and scanning for an option. Plays the short ball to Simmons and Detroyer again. Detroyer. Cannons off a couple of sets of legs there, and Armson was following in with real dangerous intent. Parej Cullen alert to it. Parker Williams, well, again it closed down around him. All the way back to Parej Cullen. The Mariners sticking to their modus operandi of playing out from the back, and it might be to their downfall here as Kambayashi skips past a couple. Cherdeng, that's a good piece of defending though, and now Tay Headley looking to immediately release Arthur DeLima on this near touch line. It's good defending, this time from Askew. Segreto, well, yes, looking to utilise the very full width of the pitch there. Just out for a throw. Guntunis gets us back underway. Brantman now with another chance. Brantman! Oh, spectacular save from Parks. It is perhaps one you feel he definitely should be making, in all fairness. It is at a good height for the goalkeeper and at his near post as well. But certainly one he had to make. It was struck with real velocity from Brantman as he looked to atone for his miss just a few moments ago. The Mariners now with a chance as we tick towards the end of the first 45. This time Parks does come and get a couple of fists to it. The follow-up from Brantman. Well, he certainly got hold of it, but it's behind for another corner. Shikluna, that's his turn to go from corner to corner. Into stoppage time at the end of the first 45. It looks like just the 1 minute to be added on. As the Mariners look to go ahead perhaps for the third time today. Outswinging delivery from Shikluna. Williams rising, didn't meet it. Brantman with a left-footed effort, just swinging the left boot at it, but never really made clean connection with it that time, did Brantman. And that will indeed be the final action of what has been a thoroughly entertaining opening 45 minutes here at Lambert Park. The Mariners got us underway inside 2 minutes with Nico Duarte reacting first to the initial save by Alex Parks. Pegged back just a couple of moments later by Michael Cooter. Nico Duarte again putting the Mariners ahead. And Sean Simmons scoring the equaliser again for the second time. That's how it stayed at the end of 45 minutes. Central Coast Mariners 2, APIA Leichhardt 2. Don't you dare go anywhere. The second half coming up in about 15 minutes' time. Well, a very warm welcome back indeed to Lambert Park, of course, for this deferred round 17 NPL New South Wales men's fixture between tonight's, well, technically they are the hosts, the Central Coast Mariners, and of course, APIA Leichhardt in their traditional home. We're just awaiting an ETA, a revised ETA on kickoff for the second stanza, really. Some technical difficulties with one of the light towers on the far touchline. It's lights out and away we don't go, sadly. You may have seen on the screen just earlier just how even this game has been between these two sides. 12 shots apiece, 4 shots each on target. And that, of course, is also reflected on the scoreboard where we are currently locked up at 2 apiece. It was Nico Duarte who got proceedings underway for the Mariners. Oh, so early on. They were pegged back just a couple of minutes later, though, by Michael Cooter. Nico Duarte restored the Mariners' advantage before once again being pegged back by Sean Simmons, and that's how it stayed. Bailey Brantman had perhaps the chance of the half with the goal just about at his mercy. Perhaps had too much time, if anything, before taking the shot on. And it's just bobbled wide of Alex Parks' goal. Alex Parks himself has made some very good stops to keep APIA level. Bailey Brantman's drawn a couple of good saves out of the APIA gloveman. Dylan Pereira-Cullen as well has been called on a few times in goal for the Mariners. Dylan Pereira-Cullen has also recently been called up to the young Socceroos side as well. It looks like we've got some movement on the light tower. One of the cluster of lights appears to be flickering to life. And what has certainly been an energetic and illuminating contest. We just hope for a little more illumination in that light tower on the far touchline. APIA players out and about, keeping warm, of course. The Mariners now looking to rejoin the field of play. That's a positive sign. It looks like they've been told that play will resume very shortly. As we said, the Mariners with a perhaps rejuvenated performance, not just last week, but also the week before. A 3-0 victory against Spirit FC, seeming to really buoy the Mariners' spirits somewhat. They didn't get anything out of the game against Marconi on the weekend, but the performance was certainly pleasing to not just head coach Lucas Villela, but also assistant coach Josh Rose. But they need to pick up points at this point in the season. Staring relegation in the face at the moment. 3 points tonight would lift them out of the automatic relegation spot. Would see them leapfrog Sutherland. "45 minutes of action to see if they can retake the lead and this time hold on to it." A win for APIA, of course, would see them leapfrog their traditional rivals in Marconi Stallions, who currently occupy second spot. Would reduce a deficit as well between they and Rockdale. Rockdale currently top on 56 points. Marconi just a point ahead of APIA on 47, APIA on 46. Well, as it stands, they will go to 47. And they would actually leapfrog Marconi courtesy of a superior goal difference. The players are back out and about in position now. We've got 3 of the 10 or 11 lights in that cluster so far illuminated. Referee Craig Fisher might just be happy enough with that. And we are just about to get underway. It is APIA who gets us underway for the second stanza here at Lambert Park. Simmons looking to slide it forward there for Caspers. Caspers letting it run. It ran all the way through to Praej Cullen. Playing forward centrally as the Mariners love to do. Towards Brantman. Just lost it momentarily there, did Brantman, but Parker Williams will take it off the toe of Jack Armson. A timely challenge. Back to Praej Cullen. It is immediately harassed by Louis de Troyer. Temba Muatamalo looking to fizz that one up the line to Segreto, but harmlessly into touch, and it's given possession back to the Mariners. Guntunis, well, it's his turn to find the touchline. Took a touch on the way through. The Mariners looking to fashion something there with De Lima. Couldn't quite stretch to reach it. Apia able to play out in a roundabout sort of way on that far touchline, right under that strobe tower there, or light tower. Bit of chaotic pinball in the middle of the park before the Mariners emerge with it. Shikluna back with Williams and then Deng. Paragalli wants it on this near touchline. Loves getting forward, does the Mariners right fullback. Dylan Praej Cullen, here's the call. It's a long way ahead of Paragalli, but he's going to keep coming forward and keep Simmons honest. Simmons back with Parks. Parks has rushed his clearance somewhat, and now Headley skips around Simmons. Headley delivers the cross. It doesn't really beat the first defender, though. Caspers immediately looking to launch one long, but seen all the way by Guntunis. Segreto. Askew. Eddie Caspers now. Kambayashi. Still Kambayashi. It's a raking crossfield ball here to find Segreto. Claims for handball. Craig Fisher says nothing doing. And the Mariners able to carry it forward through Brantman. Everything blocked off for Bailey Brantman, but it pops out kindly for Nico Duarte. Back heel, unable to link up with Brantman. Shikluna going through the back of his opponent there. Much to the displeasure of goalkeeper Alex Parks, who wants his side to be a little more physical here against the young Mariners. Praej Cullen again playing out centrally to Shikluna and swung wide in the direction of Paragalli. He's got arms all over Sean Simmons here. Simmons allowed to advance and carry it into the area and clip it towards the back stick. It's not cleared though. The Mariners haven't dealt with it. And the shot at the end of it is blocked off. Apia with a chance to reload though. Fizzed across the face, headed half clear by Parker Williams. Guntunis going out to meet Dakota Rescue. Dakota Rescue with the shot spilled by Praej Cullen. I think he may have been unsighted there, the young Mariners goalkeeper. Well, it's a case of job done. Shikluna bundled off it. Jordan Small, again, looking to switch the points of attack, but not finding DeLima. Segreto unable to fashion his way past Guntunis and DeLima there. Behind for a Mariners goal kick at the end of it all, in spite of the questions of how being raised by the APIA players. Sprayed wide towards Guntunis. Kambayashi will pick it up for APIA and drive forward now. Kambayashi. Will it be Segreto? Still going Segreto, shifting one way and the other. Shot is blocked. Casper's again putting his foot through that. It's shot after shot this from APIA. Kambayashi picks up the return pass as well. They can't force their way through though, can APIA. Brantman finds DeLima. Nico Duarte knows he's offside. Lets it run all the way back to Parks. DeLima dropping in and doing some defending on the far touchline. Swung wide again towards Segreto. Kambayashi has switched to the other side there. It's off the heels of Cherdang. Building threateningly this again from APIA. The Mariners repel another raid. It's going to come straight back at them through Simmons though. He just looks to force his way through. My apologies, that was of course Uchino, not Simmons. Simmons delivered the cross. Now Caspers. Clipped in, fizzed in towards the back stick as well. It was Jordan Segreto again arriving late. They'll get another go at it here as well. It's hung up in the air for an age. Simmons. Well, APIA certainly starting the second stanza, the brighter of the two. Back with Kuda. All the way across the back it goes to Moatamalo. Askew afforded the opportunity to turn into space and find a willing runner wide. 2 or 3 to aim for in the middle as well. Can't pick any of them out. Arriving late was Detroyer, but the Mariners able to find Brantman, who's dragged back. There's a little lash out there. He's going to have to be careful here, Bailey Brantman, because he is on a yellow card as it is. Just a sign of the frustration, perhaps, that Bailey Brantman is currently feeling. He's going to have to be extra careful as well. Well, in fact, no. Just looking at my notes here, it looks like that yellow card earlier for Bailey Brantman was in fact his 8th of the season. So he's now staring at a 2-match suspension, which will have to be served away to Sydney Olympic and then in the following home fixture with Blacktown City. Meanwhile, APIA, again, looking so good in wide areas, but, well, do you need another example of curse of the commentator? Running out harmlessly over the byline. Sean Simons just running out of room. Makes his way back to left back here. And again, the Mariners wanting to play their way out, and it's Shikluna who had his heels clipped a couple of times there. Cherdang again, it's central from the Mariners. Duarte couldn't retain possession though. Jordan Small forcing his opponent back. Kuda swinging it to this near touch line with Simmons. Again, just looking to move the Mariners from side to side here, APIA pushing and probing and searching for an opening between the lines or in the channel. Askew again combining with Segreto. Inside ball for the on-rushing Eddie Caspers was dealt with. Another chance to swing in the cross. It's low and skidded off the turf. Panayich Cullen got a couple of bites at it. Cannon back off his chest. Able to collect it at the second attempt. Cherdeng now. Paragali. Clipped around the corner by Nico Duarte. APIA wants an offside against Tay Headley. It's not coming though. All the way back to Parks. Smart in playing their way out. Uchino. Kambayashi now. Shifting inside and then finding a teammates. Kambayashi again and then Caspers. Well, you could see he was just trying to lift it over the top there for Jack Armson there. Panayich Cullen. His distribution is usually so good. He's left it a little bit behind Guntunis there, who's done ever so well to keep it in the field of play. Again, the Mariners look to come forward centrally as Bailey Brantman is swung around and dragged to the ground. And he's absolutely incensed at the challenge there as he looked to try and turn and fashion a couple of yards of space for himself. He feels that the yellow cards, if he earned one earlier in the first half. Referee Craig Fisher, unmoved of course. Brantman letting it run. Perhaps thought that Arthur De Lima might have been making a run in behind into the channel there. It's an excellent raking crossfield ball here to pick out Simmons. Now Kambayashi. Simmons has just hit it straight into the heels of Kambayashi. He'll have it back though, and across the back it goes for Maitamalo, Segreto. Here is Kambayashi again. He has the overlapping run of Simmons, opts to go inside himself, and Paragali takes it away from him momentarily. Askew will pick it back up. Clip delivery, but there's no one arriving. The Mariners should deal with this fairly comfortably. Well, just a goal kick at the end of it all. You have to think about when Lucas Vallela for the Mariners or Franco Parisi from APIA will look at going to their bench. Well, just as I say that, of course, there's a couple of Mariners players in the dugout being stripped and ready for action. It looks like Don Neonkuru will be one of those coming on. And I fancy Lucas Smythe might just be the other one. We'll bring you more on that in a moment. Back to live action with Guntunis, who has Armson all over him. Askew. That's effective pressing from Shikluna and able to dance around a couple of challenges as well. Shikluna riding the third challenge and is being dragged by Adrian Uchino, looking to halt the progress of his opposing captain, I should say. Just his second yellow card of the season for Uchino. And the Mariners with a rare sight at goal in this second half here. Bailey Brantman had one from a similar sort of range in the first half, straight into the wall. Angle maybe favours the left foot of Bailey Brantman standing over it. I just wonder if we're going to see those changes here. Well, no, we're not. variation on the free kick. Shikluna. Didn't have his radar set there, Lucas Shikluna. Also had an effort in the first half, flash wide. As Detroit looks to open up the pitch here. Segreto looking to stretch his legs in a wide area. Support from Askew. Segreto again. They've been ever so lively tonight, those two. Here's Simmons. Wide is Saya Kambayashi. Eddie Casper's unable to turn. It will pop out for Armson. Segreto. Kambayashi! Oh! It slipped all the way through for Saya Kambayashi, who found himself with what couldn't have been much more of a golden opportunity there to give APIA the lead for the first time this evening. But just as Bailey Brantman did in the first half, Saya Kambayashi just sliding it wide of the upright on this near touchline. We are going to see those changes now for the Mariners. It is Don Leonkuru who's come on to replace Tay Headley. A like-for-like change there for Lucas Valela's sides. We'll bring you news on that other change in just a moment. Little flick around the corner there from Duarte. Paragalli might just get to on the end of this, and he's being clipped by Alex Parks. You can hear the scream of agony there from Michael Paragalli. He may have just been trying to sell it a little bit more to referee Craig Fisher there. We're just going to see a throw-in at the end of it. Eddie Caspers forced all the way back. Well, it's going to be a free kick at the end of it. For some late contact on Eddie Caspers there. Franco Parisi will go to his bench for the first time tonight. Nicholas Azone is coming on. Fancy Adrian Uccino will depart the field of play. The other change, Jack Armson off, so no Jack Armson, of course, the hat-trick hero last week, but a pretty capable deputy coming onto the pitch in Jack Stewart, the number 7, of course. Saya Kambayashi now drifting inside, as he so often does. Askew driven in low. Picked out by Parker Williams, who is carrying it all the way forwards. Nico Duarte incredibly frustrated that the pass didn't arrive there from Arthur De Lima. Wanted it to feet. De Lima wanted to take the aerial route. Brantman's done ever so well to win it back, though, when he'll get the return pass as well. De Lima just lets it run. Brantman supporting. De Lima might want to go himself. Simmons now sliding in. Looked like it could have been a handball. Well, it will be a free kick at the end of it. Or will it just be a corner? Referee Craig Fisher initially signalled for the free kick, but then pointed at the corner. So we'll see just how this plays out regardless. Lucas Shikluna coming across to take. It will indeed be the free kick. Or will it be the left foot of Bailey Brantman to swing it in and maybe put it on top of Alex Parks. Calls a defender to the near post just in case. Again, plenty of movement in that 6-yard area as well. It is Brantman, goes direct. The whistle's gone though for, well, what could have been one of any number of infringements. I'm going to have a brief break in play as well. Amidst all the chaos, it looks like a clash of heads between Nico Duarte. I'm just trying to make out who the other APIA player is on the turf at the moment. Lucas Shikluna is blocking my view, admittedly. Actually, it's a Mariners player, it looks like. Get your confirmation on exactly who that is very shortly. Friendly fire in the area. It is Cher Deng, who, well, he's no stranger to head knocks this season. He was involved in a pretty horrific head clash with Ziggy Gordon in the earlier rounds of the season. As the Mariners took on Sydney Olympic, Ziggy Gordon ended up having to leave Valentine Sports Park in an ambulance and off to hospital to get a number of stitches. He's back up and about now, though, is Cher Deng. We're back underway here at Lambert. Kuda and Moatamalo. Cher Deng is back on. The Mariners do return to their full complement of 11. Rocco Smith, who was the other change for the Mariners, replacing Alexander Gunturnas. Small. Central it goes once again, Duarte and Shikluna. Don Neonkuru rising and going through Dakota Askew. Might have been smarter to keep that one on the ground there. The ball out towards Neonkuru. Doesn't cut the most towering of figures. Kuda. No options in front, looking to go back across and swing it out to the right with Askew. Adzone. Lovely interplay this once again from APIA. Detroyer again looking to press and force a turnover in a dangerous area. Just a throw in. So they might look to work this one into the area. They do indeed. One at the edge of the box is now slaloming in. Shouts for a penalty. Referee Craig Fisher. Immediate to wave them away. He had a pretty good view of it, in fairness. It looked like the run into the area was blocked off from Segreto, my apologies, nearly called him Segacic, of course. Segacic, formerly of Sydney FC. Jordan Segreto, formerly of the Mariners. Kuda. Stepped in by Paragalli. The spin on the ball will just about take it out of play, though. Kuda. Again, Simmons. The two goal scorers for APIA. Askew. Slaloming inside and finding Segreto here. Now, Saya Kamboyashi. Shifting again onto his right. The shot from Stewart is blocked. De Lima can't pick it back up for the Mariners, so APIA will get another go at it here. Oh, well, just for a moment as Sean Simmons slipped. Sean Simmons slipped. Try saying that 10 times quickly. As he looked to deliver the cross. They'll keep it here, though, with Kuda and Moatamalo again combining. And again, it's Simmons. Incredible number of touches on the football he's had tonight. And again, they look to stretch the Mariners and try and find holes where there currently are not many appearing. The Mariners remaining resolute so far as Kuda looks to release Kambayashi. Cherdeng again, there first. Prayesh Cullen again playing out from the back, and he's slipped this time, but no real danger present. Duarte marshalled out there. Well, that's fantastic defending from Temba Moatamalo. Back in from suspension this week, serving his mandatory one-match ban after picking up his 5th yellow card a couple of weeks ago. Kaspers, Kambayashi. Oh, that's wonderfully worked by APIA, playing their way out of tight spaces. Kambayashi now looks to go around the outside of Parker Williams. Parker Williams stayed tight enough to him all the way. Prevented the delivery, but at the expense of yet another corner for APIA. Segreto again across to take. Again, it's towards the back stick. Again, it's Deng rising, clearing as far as Kaspers. That's Zoni. Wide it goes. Something building here perhaps for APIA through Kuda. And Simmons again looks to free his feet with that explosive burst of acceleration. Segreto couldn't quite bring it under his spell. Kuda's stayed forward, finding Stewart. They couldn't force a way through though. Neon Kuru wins it back for the Mariners, and now he looks to go through the gears. Sliding challenge from Neon Kuru, finds Brantman. Works its way out to Arthur De Lima, shifting onto his left. De Lima! He's done it again, Arthur De Lima! The Mariners lead for the 3rd time tonight here at Lambert Park, and it's Arthur De Lima, the 17-year-old down from Brisbane, new signing this season. And he's scored once again. His 3rd for the season. And his 2nd in, well, technically consecutive home games. Scored in the 3-0 win against Spirit the other week. Scored his 1st goal for the club against the Wanderers a couple of weeks prior. And he's really starting to hit his straps on the coast. Real purple patch for Arthur De Lima. The question is, can the Mariners retain the advantage this time as APIA look to break forward through Stewart? Segreto ran out of room. Neon Kuru able to win it back, but momentarily Kaspers will have it back. And it breaks for Brantman. Duarte, small, can't win it back. It's getting very physical out there, and we have a Mariners player down. I think I heard that there's been a shoulder pop out in the middle of the park. And it looks like it's Nico Duarte. And this is the last thing the Mariners need, and particularly Nico Duarte, who's had a fairly horror run with injuries. Oh, yeah. It was a fair challenge. Just a shoulder-to-shoulder contact, but it looks like it might have been the outstretched arm of Nico Duarte when he's landed that has maybe caused the shoulder to pop out there. As we said, he did miss a large chunk of the season due to injury, did Nico Duarte. And he's another one who was just starting to really hit his straps. Has a brace tonight, of course. We might see a change coming up for the Mariners here. Well, Nico Duarte looks like he wants to get straight back on with it. But the Mariners down to 10 for the time being as Kambayashi looks to ride the challenge of De Lima. Adzone. Wide it goes to Stewart. Doesn't have the beating of Rocco Smith on that occasion. Don Neonkuru. Oh, he's rapid, isn't he? He has the overlap of Rocco Smith and wants to return pass. It's just left behind him, though. Adzone looks to carry it forward centrally. Stewart's looking to provide the wall pass. Couldn't make it stick, though. Neonkuru just looking to nod it down to Duarte, who's back on the field of play. Goes into the channel. Into that sort of near half space, really. Central half space, I'd like to call it. Flicked on by Nico Duarte. Easy for Moatamalo and Simmons. Kambayashi. Again, looking to just skip inside of Paragali. Swung wide by Caspers. Still going and straight at Dylan Pereira-Cullen, who plunges on that one gratefully. Oh, nothing if not entertaining this contest here at Lambert Park. APIA Leichhardt's traditional home, of course. Tonight, the Mariners home away from home. As Jordan Small gives away the free kick against Jordan Segreto. See 5 shots on target for the Mariners. 6 for APIA Leichhardt. APIA have perhaps been the brighter of the two sides in the second stanza, but they're behind on the scoreboard as we see a couple of changes being introduced here as well for APIA. I'll bring you confirmation on that very shortly as we're back underway oh so quickly. Kuda, Kambayashi. One of those on is Nick Sullivan as APIA look to chase the game. Moatamalo now. The other on is on the ball here is... I'll bring you confirmation on that. I've got him listed as Maxim Kisalovic. Of course, another former Mariner. Sherdang hooked clear once more. Nico Duarte couldn't quite keep it in the field of play, though. Sean Simmons wanting more urgency from his teammates and wanting more urgency perhaps as well from the officials as the Mariners look to make another double change here. Bailey Brantman is going to be withdrawn. Lucas Smythe on. And it looks like maybe Arthur De Lima as well. He is the difference so far in this one. Arthur De Lima, it is indeed. Arthur De Lima off. And Dry Rose to continue his impressive run of cameos so far. He's been off the bench for every game since his move up from Sydney FC. He's certainly proving a handful. Just 16 years old, of course, the son of Josh Rose, former Mariner himself. Mariners perhaps just wanting a bit more energy Lucas Smythe, of course, gives a different dynamic up top, and now Dry Rose is going to have some chasing back to do. Sullivan looked to cut that across the face. Smythe couldn't retain it. Kambayashi leaves it smartly. Sean Simons looks to go around the outside of Nyonkuru. No way forward though. Again, everything just blocked off. The Mariners cheering every challenge. Simons. The other change, of course, Alex Denmead is on this near touch line. Meanwhile, up here again, looking to carry it forward centrally. It pops out kindly for Rose, though. Sliding challenge is effective. It's ball and all. Kambayashi. All the way back to Prayaj Cullen. Parker Williams now. Still carrying it forward here, Parker Williams. He can't pick up teammate with the pass though, and Don Nyankuru's just gone through the back of Sean Simmons there, who's gone down in a real heap right in front of us. The ball, thankfully, drifting over the top of us this time. No crowd catchers in the broadcast position on this occasion. Jack Stewart. Great defending again on display as Dry Rose looks to ride a couple of challenges there. He's done well, but well, he hasn't stuck the pass. Sean Simmons now able to pick out Sullivan, who wants to drive into the area here. Sullivan, back out for Denmead. Well, not the cleanest of strikes out from Alex Denmead. Had a fair amount behind it, but not the direction required. Here's Nyonkuru, who's switched flanks once again with Dry Rose. Clipped forward by Deng. Kambayashi will pick up the scraps. Good spin from Sullivan. Stewart trying to dance around Shikluna, does so, finds Segreto, but he can't retain possession. That's a bit of a puzzle for Prayaj Cullen to figure out there, the bouncing ball back. Forced him to slice his clearance a bit, but it breaks for Jordan Small, who is dragged down by Alex Denmead. APIA don't agree with it. Alex Denmead certainly doesn't agree with it. A chance for the Mariners to soak up a few more seconds here. Paragali will just work it back to Cherdang, and across the back it goes. Small. Paragalio, he's just left it behind and allows Denmead to nip in and take it off his toe, and he's going to find his way into the book here as well for dragging Denmead back as he looked to bear down on goal. Kambayashi understands the urgency of the assignment. Back underway immediately. Moatamalo via Kuda. Back heel up from Simmons is good to find Kambayashi. Trying to force his way around Panagali. That's been a fascinating battle throughout the course of the evenings between the two number twos. Segreto, variation on the corner this time. Simmons. Segreto will receive it. Headed clear momentarily. Kasalovic will pick up the scraps. Segreto wants a return pass. Couldn't quite reach it though, and the Mariners able to play their way out. Neonkuru now looking to stride forward. 3-on-2 if they're quick enough here, the Mariners. Still going Neonkuru. Overlapping run is Smythe, and Duarte can't reach the cut across the face of goal. It was just all too far ahead of Nico Duarte. In the end, the Mariners rapid in transition, looking to perhaps seal the deal here at Leichhardt. As it stands, the most slender of advantages that they hold, courtesy of the only goal of the second half, scored by Arthur De Lima. Fizzed in towards Simmons. Good looking slide rule ball that towards Denmead. The Mariners are able to deal with it just about, and again they're living somewhat dangerously in their insistence in playing out from the back. Nico Duarte has arms all over him. Craig Fisher says nothing doing. Kasalovic, smart ball to find his former Mariners teammate Segreto and Stewart. The Mariners defending doggedly. Still comes Jack Stewart though, and well, how's your touch, Dylan Pereira-Cullen? Not bad, he says, as he looks to soak up every second here. Well, Cherdang might be in a bit of trouble here, you know. Again, it's the Mariners' insistence in playing out and carrying it out from the back. It's naivety from Cherdang. He wanted the free kick. It was never going to come. And he's given away the handball. And it's just a yellow card at the end of it. Nick Sullivan is incensed. He feels that Cherdang has denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there. Well, Segreto standing over the free kick. Scored an absolutely spectacular goal last time against his former side. Could he be the one to level things up here at Lambert? Jordan Segreto! I'll tell you what, it was pretty much written in the scripts for that one to nestle in the bottom corner, and I thought for all money it just about had. Just kissed the side netting on the way through from Jordan Segreto. And Dylan Pereira-Cullen is going to find himself in the referee's notebook as well. Craig Fisher wants the young goalkeeper to get things on the move. He eventually obliges, going long. Shikluna to the feet of Duarte, who has Jai Rose in support and uses him. Now Jai Rose. It's a fairly simple challenge that, and a chance for APIA to transition quickly here with Simmons linking up with Kambayashi again. Segreto dropping deep. Kuda. Simmons wants the ball speed quicker. Guatemala, Kuda. Jai Rose is going to have to be alert to the presence of Sean Simmons outside. Well, they go centrally instead. Little wall pass from Kambayashi for Denmead, who again played it across the face low. And again, the Mariners slice it behind for yet another corner for APIA. The tension here is absolutely palpable In-swinging delivery. Prayesh Cullen comes and claims confidently and throws out as well. How's the distribution and how's the pace as well, if you don't mind, from not just Jai Rose, but also Nicholas Azzone. 2 sets of fresh legs there. Jai Rose wasn't able to reach it in the end. The Mariners able to just reset their defensive line now. Just about everyone dropping in behind the ball for the Mariners. And Kuda and Moatamalo. My apologies, that's not Moatamalo at all. That is Moatamalo now. And we're going to see 5 minutes of time added on here as this one's dinked over the top towards Sullivan. Again, rifled into the side netting from Nick Sullivan. Prayesh Cullen sending everyone forward, in no mood this time to play out from the back. I'd suggest that's probably wise. Well, it's going to come straight at us here in the broadcast position as we do get a touch and water bottles go flying everywhere. As I get a touch on the ball myself, and Sean Simmons has a chance to reload now with Kuda. Again, Moatamalo. Kasalovic. Stewart, first time ball. Well defended once again. Mariners look to hack it clear in the direction of Nico Duarte. Smythe has handled it. APIA, no, they need to get things on the move quickly. Kuda towards Simons. A full-blooded challenge between he and Patagali. Simons emerges with it. Simmons delivers centrally. Knotted down. It was a free header. I think it was Kasalovic on the end of it, perhaps. No, he's far deeper than that. My apologies. As, well, both sets of teams really seem insistent on firing that match ball up into the commentary position here. Well, thanks to Dylan Prayesh Cullen for that one. But we do have some expensive equipment up here, so let's maybe take a breather on that. Meanwhile, APIA in no mood to take a breather. They know they can't afford to do so. Every second counts, and they've won another set piece. And they want to get on with it quickly with Stewart, but Craig Fisher wanting the ball set just so. We're through about half, just over half of the 5 allotted minutes of added time. APIA with a chance to swing this one in, just about everyone forward. It goes in very flat. The Mariners want the free kick for the high foot. It's not going to come. Instead, the ball's going to come straight back at them as Neon Kuru slipped, but Jai Rose has stood firm. Good defending that from the 16-year-old, but he's going to have to be alert here again. Well, Neon Kuru, Rose. It's taken off the toe of Duarte, though. Paragali telegraphed that one all the way. Smartly stolen in. Neon Kuru, well, it's nearly football suicide from the Mariners there, but Prayesh Cullen just puts his foot through it to relieve the pressure. And he'll probably look to pick this one up after chesting it down as well, I fancy. About a minute or so left of time added on here at Lambert Park. Prayesh Cullen managing this one out as well he can. Perhaps one last chance here for APIA as Stewart looks to race onto the end of this and latch on to the through ball, and it's a physical tussle between he and Parker Williams. Parker Williams will emerge with it and emerge with the free kick as well. 3 points for the Mariners here. So huge, so crucial in the terms of the relegation battle and what it means for their season. Not just that, but for the morale of these young players, for the belief. So they might just look to manage this one out in the corner. Well, they've won themselves a corner, in fact, have the Mariners. And in fact, that will indeed be that here in Leichhardt. Lambert Park, the Mariners' home away from home, has proved to be a winning venue this evening. The game was washed out twice in the lead up to this. It was indeed third time the charm for the Mariners. This is finished in Leichhardt. The Central Coast Mariners 3, APIA Leichhardt 2. A thrilling contest. It was Nico Duarte who opened the scoring for the Mariners. Oh so early on, pegged back by Michael Cooter. Nico Duarte gave the Mariners the lead again. And then Sean Simmons levelled proceedings once more. The only goal of the second half proved to be the difference between these two sides as Arthur DeLima lashed home a wonderful finish into the far corner, sending the Mariners above Sutherland Sharks in the table and out of the automatic drop zone. It's been an absolute pleasure having your company this evening for this evening's round 17 deferred fixture. But from all of us here in Leichhardt, and myself, of course, Pete Pryor, it's bye for now.